It's Thursday, which means it's my second workout day of the week at my friend Matt's house. And to get started, today we are warming up doing bear crawls. Now these are actually a lot harder than they look. The idea is to keep your knees as low to the ground as possible and bring them up to your elbow as you go. So we generally go around and around for about a minute, and that works pretty much every joint and muscle in your body. And also try to keep your hips as low as possible. If you try to keep your knees as low as possible so that your kneecaps almost touch the ground, then that will usually keep your hips down as well. You'll see tennis players often warm up using this movement. So each time you move, try to bring your knees right up close to your hands as you go through each crawl movement. Today we're going to be doing pull-ups. So I'm doing overhand pull-ups here. There's a couple of things. You don't need to do these quickly. It's better to do the movement slowly, get a full stretch at the bottom, and then bring yourself up high. Some people can pull themselves right up and have their sternum touch the top of the bar. And some people find it better to do the chin-ups underhand, but just do as many as you can of proper form chin-ups for one set. And then in the next set, we'll show you how you can also use rubber straps to help support you, which Matt will be doing. So we'll have a 2-minute 15 rest. And now we do our next set. And you can see that Matt's putting on some rubber bands. So he uses that under his foot, and that helps pull him up. It's such a great movement. Even if you can't do a full pull-up of your own body weight without assistance, it's still worthwhile using something like those bands to be able to give you a little bit more of assistance, and then you can gradually build your strength up. This is our third set. For me personally, I'm getting down to about 5 or 6 repetitions now before I get to failure. But I weigh about 93 kilos, so I've got a lot to lift. This is our fourth set. Another 2-minute 15 rest, and then we're going to do our last set. So it's a very big movement. It uses a lot of muscles. It uses your overhand, it's your brachialis muscle in your arm. It's obviously your latissimus dorsi in your back. A certain amount of abdominal involvement as well. For our next exercise, we're doing shoulder press-ups. There's 2 different movements we're showing here, one with the barbell and one with the dumbbells. So our arms are fairly warm from doing the chin-ups or pull-ups, but we're just doing a lightweight to start with around 10 reps. Then once we finish those, we go straight into a superset of Russian twists. can't quite see this in the shot, we've got our feet off the ground and we're using a little bit of weight. You don't need to use any weight, you can just use your hands, move them from side to side. And here's our next set of shoulder presses, this time with some heavier weight. If you want to get the most out of any movement with weights, try to exercise a full range of motion. So you can see I'm bringing the dumbbells right down to my shoulders and then pushing right up to the top again. It can be tempting to use a shorter range of motion, especially if the weight's a little bit too heavy for you. In that case, I would suggest that you lighten up the weight so you can get a full range of motion and put the muscles through a full range of motion to get the most out of the exercise. And now we're going to superset that with some leg raises. Matt's decided he's going to stick with the Russian twists, I think. Sorry about the camera angle. We're still supersetting. We rested for a little bit here, maybe a minute, and into the next set. This is their third set. We're going to do 4 sets of the shoulder presses in total. Anything with a bar or with dumbbells, free weights like this, is you have to engage a lot of your supporting core muscles to do the movement. And that's the reason I think why I can get away with just doing really short workouts. And superset that with leg raises or Russian twists again, depending on what you feel like doing. I find these leg raises with your arms overhead allow for a good range of movement, and they are quite difficult, really hard ones to do without getting some momentum going, put it that way. Get the most out of them by controlling the movement up and down. I'm getting a bit tight here, so you see I'm allowing my legs to swing down a little bit, get some momentum going. But if I was doing it properly, I would actually control it on the way down as well. One final rest before our last set. And go as hard as we can, do as many reps as we can, which in this case is around about 8 or 9. I like to stick within that 5 to 10 to 12 rep range. That's it for today's workout. I hope you found it useful and you enjoyed as much as what I did.